Man, that was a good Super Bowl last night. Great football game. It was just a great football game overall. Chiefs ended up pulling it out in overtime, literally at the end of overtime. So we are going to get into all of that again, live on TikTok, live on YouTube. On TikTok, as always, man, just keep tapping the screen. We're looking for 5,000 likes and at least 30 new follows, and we need as many people subscribed over on YouTube as possible today. We appreciate it. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. So, the Chiefs. First off, let's just talk about on why I have to have this shirt on today. Okay? My wife is a diehard Chiefs fan, and I said if they won, I would do a show with the Chiefs shirt on. So I've been married 20 years. You don't disappoint your wife. When she asks you something, at some point you just relent and just say, hey, you know, the cliche, happy wife, happy life, that can be overplayed sometimes, but it is what it is, people. It is what it is. You can put on a shirt to make her happy. That's what you do. That's what you do. But the Chiefs played an outstanding football game. I just thought the game was great. I thought the first half was slow, but overall, I thought the football game was a great football game in general. You know, I thought it was a great football game. And that's the thing. I know it's going to get missed in all the hoopla and all of everybody's, you know, passion to just constantly talk about, oh, it was the greatest football game of all time. Let's not get carried away with ourselves. We don't always have to be a prisoner of the moment, but it was a great football game. You know, there was no choking. You know, I know people are going to want to say that the 49ers choked. There was no choking that happened. It was two good teams playing football, and the Chiefs won. You know, the Chiefs won. Like I said, the first half, it was slow, low scoring. Defenses were playing well. You know, the Chiefs defense was bending, but then it bowed its back. You know, 49ers defense played very well in the first half. Very well. But as things change and you get settled into the game a little bit more, the Chiefs figured out some ways to attack them. The 49ers, the only issue that I got with the 49ers is that the basically from the middle of the first quarter till almost the fourth quarter, they stopped running the football. They got away from it. It's the same damn thing that the Ravens did. They got away from running the football. And once the 49ers went back to it, they were able to move the football. So it's just crazy. The blocked extra point meant a lot. It meant a lot. And I don't even know if it was blocked. That was just a horrible kick. Hell, he damn near hit the blocker in the back, the lineman in the back of the head. I mean, that wasn't like a great defensive play. That was just a horrible kick. My goodness. So, I mean, some people are saying he slipped. If he did, fine. I didn't see him slip. I just saw him hit a bad ball. But either way, Chiefs come out on top 25 to 22. Great football game. It just was. It just was. You know, what did you guys see? Oh, here we go with Dylan talking about it's all scripted. It's all scripted. Yes, like Dre Greenlaw, him running out onto the football field and blowing his Achilles out, that was scripted. I mean, Jiminy Christmas. That was crazy how that happened. I don't think I've ever seen that. Matter of fact, I know I haven't. I've never seen a guy running out onto the football field after a punt that blows his Achilles out. Never seen that a day in my life. Jiminy Christmas. Never seen that a day in my life. Dylan, the outcome was scripted. So you're a millionaire today, right, Dylan? You sold your house. You cashed in your 401k. Every dollar that you have, you bet on the Chiefs because the ending was scripted. So you're a millionaire today. If you're not, please shut up and remove yourself from the conversation. But if you are, good for you. Good for you. So, and we're not even going to attempt to talk about idiots anymore, people. We're not going to entertain any of the people. We're just not going to do that. We're not going to do that. People are mad because they lost bets, so now it's scripted. That's basically what it all comes down to. When anybody says that any game, oh, it's all scripted. Hey, you bet on the wrong team. You bet on the wrong team. Stop betting if you don't like the outcome, if you can't live with the outcomes, and bet on the right team. Period. You bet on the wrong team, you lost, and now you're upset about it. Sorry. Either way, it's ridiculous. Either way, the football game was great. I just thought the football game was outstanding. I thought the football game was, Patrick Mahomes was outstanding again in the second half of that football game. We'll talk about what this does for his legacy and Andy Reid's. Travis Kelce. Let's talk about a little bit about Travis Kelce. Got a slow start. I did not like Travis Kelce. Now, look, it's the heat of the passion of the game. He's into it. But pushing your head coach, I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. It's crazy. So you can't be pushing your head coach. I don't want to compare him to anybody else. All I want to compare is Travis Kelce, what he did. He was mad because he wasn't on the field blocking when Pacheco fumbled. I'm like, Kelce, you're not a good blocker. You aren't going to do anything better anyway. That part was ridiculous. But it was a great, great football game. Like I said, I thought the stars were stars. The offensive stars were stars. You can't say that Brock Purdy gave this game away either. Brock Purdy did his job. Brock Purdy played phenomenal. He kept making plays. I know we want to say that, at the end of the game, it could have been a touchdown. I'm like, you got Chris Jones running free right in your face. What are you supposed to do? The offensive line blew the assignment. There's no offensive pass protection that says this 3 technique, who happens to be Chris Jones, we're not blocking him. We're going to let him run free. There's no pass protection that says that. Brock Purdy played an outstanding game. Outstanding. Everybody has a couple of throws that, they want back. Mahomes did too. Mahomes threw an interception. The only pass that could have been intercepted by Purdy was literally in his wide receiver's hands. Both hands. And he just didn't catch it and tip the ball up. Yeah, Purdy played good. So, my man Pat Cockrell, this is a great point. Talking about choosing to take the ball first in overtime cost the Niners, in my opinion, absolutely 1,000%. Once they've changed the rules, you have to take the ball second. I don't care what. For the simple fact of the matter, and they said it last night, and I've been saying this forever. Once they change the rules, you have to take the ball second because you get an extra down. They said it on the telecast last night. Nance and Romo, by the way, it was just absolutely ridiculous. Couldn't stand listening to him. And that's weird for me because I usually like Romo, but he was, oh my gosh. Y'all, again, for the young people out there, Tony Romo was out there just glazing. Oh my God, it got on my nerves. But yeah, you got to take the ball second in overtime once they've made that change to the rule. You get an extra down. There's no way that you don't take the ball second. And they did. And because if they have the ball second, I think they run the ball on third down, get closer and go for it on fourth down. You saw the Chiefs take advantage of that. They did just that. On 3rd and 1, they ran it, they got stopped, and then they had a fourth down. But if you have the ball first, you can't do that. If you have the ball first, you have to either punt or you got to try kicking field goals. But you don't have that extra down. That was a huge mistake. That was a huge mistake. But Kyle Shanahan, look, I'm not going to say that Kyle Shanahan choked. I'm not going to say that he choked. But at some point, you all know me, I am hard on quarterbacks and players in general. Do enough to win the game. You're in position to go win the game. You have to do enough. At what point do we say, look, Kyle Shanahan, you got to do enough to go win a football game? And I think that's what he's just got to do, and he didn't do that. He didn't do that. Didn't do enough to go win. Didn't do enough to go win. Got away from his game plan of running the football. Like I said, basically from the middle of the first quarter till the fourth quarter, they didn't run the ball enough. They did not run it enough, and that is where they got in trouble. So, and I don't know about enough Purdy running. I don't know if you needed to do that because we saw Purdy get outside the pocket a few times. He couldn't outrun those guys. So it wasn't Purdy running, it was McCaffrey running. They just didn't do it. Didn't do enough. Didn't do enough. So hopefully he learns his lesson because I think the 49ers can be back. I mean, they're not paying any quarterbacks. But yeah, the Chiefs won the game. Give the Chiefs credit.